All right, good. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Town of Amherst Historic Preservation Commission meeting for December 9th, 2025. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mancuso,
Present.
Ampleman, Swartz,
Here.
Waterman Culpa, Hershey, Kenzie, Wright.
Here.
For the town, Fidel here, Quinn, Odiata, Howard.
All right, thanks, everybody. First item on the agenda is the minutes approval from the November 4th meeting. If you could take a second to look at that. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Mary Lou Mancuso, I approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. One abstention.
One abstention. You were not at the meeting.
Correct.
All right, so we have 4 yeses and 1 abstention. Which means it's approved. All right, moving on to new business. Item number 1, the town received a landmark designation application for 305 Brompton Road. It is located on page 4 of your packet. I don't know if anyone else had a chance to review it, but I will open for discussion. Do you want to give a little blurb about it?
This building was in the 1998 survey, and it is a 20th century colonial revival located on 1.2 acres of a lot in a residential neighborhood in Amherst. The building was built around 1924, and it withholds, I would say, most of its historic fabric on the exterior and interior. And there's a little bit of information of who lived there as well. This was their vacation or summer home. Yeah. And there's a little bit of information on where else they lived in the city of Buffalo. He was a noted doctor and physician throughout the Buffalo area, along with a professor at UB. He actually has a collection of his instruments in like a historical sort of setting in UB as well.
Music department?
No, like a medical. Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, that's good.
Apologize.
And it was also noted the gardens themselves were also historic. They would host garden parties there up until when McGuire passed away in the 30s. So there's some information about McGuire, where he lived, and about the building itself. There are also current condition photos that are included as well. Historic columns, I believe 6/6 windows, wraparound porch, brick chimneys.
So you mentioned the gardens. Are there any articles or anything about the gardens?
Yep, it is on page 15. Yeah, it's
there it is. Okay.
garden party and dance on Thursday. So it actually talks about the house itself along with the gardens, and essentially nothing has changed.
Okay. Interesting.
Love what they were wearing.
Mhm.
That was pivotal.
So,
As the white.
Yeah, and their main home was actually located on, I think, 266 Delaware, so right next, 622 Delaware, and it was right next door to the Theodore Roosevelt building,
Okay.
burned
Is it
down.
gone? Yeah, the Wilcox, next to
Or
the
I think
Wilcox.
they demolished it at some
Probably
point, yeah.
demolished. Easy,
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was an article about the fire in our packet.
And I see you updated the application form to
Yes.
change the conditions from good to fair. And then I saw you added some threats.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty much
Yeah.
it though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's on a main road. It is a large property. So, and it kind of is in disrepair at the moment.
Is it occupied?
Not currently.
Not directly?
Yeah. The house did sell a few weeks ago. Do you have the photos? Yeah.
They didn't make it in the packet.
Yeah. Oh, you can't get on? Okay. Okay.
They are available. They are on the website.
Yeah.
If you open up the packet on the town website, they are on there.
It's, okay.
Are they the same photos I've already seen? Oh, no, you
No.
said.
It's only exterior. I didn't want to go on the property. But there is an extensive write-up already about the building, and I just wanted to get a little bit more history about the family that lived there.
Yeah.
So the description of the building is pretty spot on if we wanted to review that at some point.
The 1998.
Correct.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Well done.
And Kathy Howe's write-up is amazing as always.
Yeah, yeah.
I couldn't find the architect or builder,
Right.
which is interesting, because someone of that influence, they always seem to
Yeah, I did a,
select someone of some prominence, even if we didn't know that at that time.
yeah, unfortunately, our records only go back to the 50s, so.
Oh, maybe that's what she ran into as well.
Is there going to be, you think, a lot more on McGuire? No. Or the family, even from UB's archives?
Oh, I mean, I actually have a link about, there's like a whole article that I also sent over. So there is more information than what is in this packet at the moment.
Okay.
There's like a few more articles.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Because tying, if you want to go for
Oh,
criteria to identify with persons or events significant local history, I think we'd want to tie a little more of that to maybe Amherst.
Mhm.
I know, like
Yeah.
they permanently moved there after the fire.
So actually the fire that's listed in here was just a fire that
Oh, okay.
occurred.
Right, burned his library or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then they just use this, from what I found, as just their summer home, which is kind of like that suburban movement,
Yeah.
you know, so that's what I was thinking.
Okay. I think criteria 3 is a slam dunk.
I agree.
Um,
I thought two of them were a slam dunk.
number 1,
3.
special character, historic, or aesthetic interest of value to the economic, social history of the town. That one.
No, I thought 3 and, oh, wait, the criteria that I was looking at are different from these.
Yeah.
Two sets floating around, I guess.
I know.
Okay.
Well,
And-
this is the new form.
Yes,
that matches
Yeah.
the- yep.
and
the
yeah,
one in the packet. is the new
yes,
one. Okay.
that I filled out. And McGuire, just to go over a little bit more, so we're not reading through like these articles and everything.
Sure.
He did work at Roswell. He was promoted multiple times. He would, he was very well-known physician throughout the Buffalo area.
Did he have any patents or anything? Maybe.
I can look more into the UB article that I found,
Yeah.
and we can review that as well.
I think if we find some more ties to the area from McGuire, it would help number 2.
Yeah.
I think 1 and 3 are in pretty good shape.
There was a lot on him, so like I didn't include.
Of course.
So
Yeah, it could
I was
be-
like,
it
okay,
could
this is a little.
Go on. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't need
I'm going down the
everything that's
rabbit hole at
ever
this point.
happened, right? If there was something that
But
was he on any boards of any?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can definitely like make a note to maybe pull those out
Yep.
and list.
But are you looking for boards that are related to the town?
Yeah, like so,
Oh, I
like
don't know.
like so we had like when we went for the bank, we had all the names of the
Yeah.
people, the local people that were in the original board of this Bank of Snyder, like things like that. Now we didn't go for that criteria, but it helped it helped with criteria 1, its interest to the town. This is like if you're gonna go for number 2, there's gonna be pretty good evidence of like why it matters that it's this person. Like just because they built it.
Yeah, I think UB will definitely be kind of the correlation between that because that's around the time when he did move to this property, like in the summers and spent time.
You concur.
Yeah, I think it can stand alone without it, but if we want to include it,
Okay.
just make a little stronger case.
What do you think?
Yeah.
A little more information on McGuire?
Sounds good.
Not a little more, but more tying to the area. If you want to go for 2, if we want to go for 2, excuse me.
I would prefer. I mean,
Okay.
And this is blue rated.
yes.
I would, well,
And it's also eligible through SHPO.
It's listed in Chris.
We could
Great.
just make sure the building department is fully aware this property is blue rated and, you know, the action we put in. That would be
Yeah.
great.
Thank you.
Chris says eligible. It's
Yes.
not nothing. There's no state nomination or anything.
No.
No. Okay. So it has this Kathy it has this information already listed.
And
Okay.
photos. The listing also did include that it was within a qualifying tax area and then there was a letter sent in 1998 from the HPC to the owners of the building that the building was eligible.
Okay. This is making a nice case.
And we don't have photos of the interior, however, it is almost 100% intact.
Yes, I did see them when
Yeah.
they were posted.
as is the exterior.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do we want to? Are you looking things up? No. Do we want to adjourn until we get some more information?
Sure. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Does that sound reasonable?
Mhm.
Okay. Motion to adjourn by Ms. Waterman Culpa. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Kenzie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion carries 5-0. Adjourn till next meeting. All right, moving on to old business. We have another landmark designation form that was submitted to us for One Cloister Court. Again, Ms. Wright has done some more work on this. I don't know if I need to, I guess we'll open for discussion. There's no motion to open.
Yeah, I wanted to do a little bit more of a deep dive into the family this building was built for. It was the Baps family, and he was a local contractor, grew up in Buffalo. His timeline is pretty extensive. He was on multiple different boards. He had a paving business that paved essentially every single street in Buffalo. This house was built as, again, their summer home from the Amherst Estates. That was a developer during that time. He owned multiple parcels of land when it was built in 1914. He was also the chairman of the Democratic General Committee at one point, vice president of the Buffalo Athletic Club. I mean, the list goes on, and these are articles that are not included in the packet,
Okay.
but I can include them for next month. I also took current condition photos today. The homeowner was there and welcomed me to take exterior photos. I also found more historic photos. The building has not changed. What I thought were additions have been there for at least 50 years, other than the garage.
So you had interior photos?
I can get interior photos, but I just did the exterior just because I wasn't sure about some of the footprint of the house. It looks like it could have been an addition, but all the windows are the same. I think they're 6/1s. There's like a little,
Do they look?
they're,
Could be original.
yes.
Could be. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
At least 50 years old or older.
Okay.
I mean, they've definitely kept up the property. My sister actually knows the family that lives here. She's been inside. The family's very into historic preservation. You know, they take really good care of their property. So.
All right. So there's a lot in here. The reconnaissance level survey calls it out.
Yep.
There's not.
There's not a lot about the family. That's,
Well, I was gonna say there's not like a Kathy Howe level write up of the architectural. I would say that is necessary. And then redoing the application form to match, because this looks like it was downloaded previously, like maybe the applicant had this in their possession for a little bit before they filled it out or something, before they used our updated form. So we need to have the criteria match what is listed. So it looks like too many were clicked. I think I've said this. We said this last time.
yeah, I mean, I would definitely say associated with individuals, characteristics.
Well, so number one, exemplifies, possesses special character, historic, aesthetic, interest of value, political, economic, or social history of the town. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
And then identified with persons or events significant in local, state, or national history. Seems like it.
Mhm.
Seems like possibility. Again, it's like, right, it's like this McGuire. It's like similarly, it's
Yes.
a high profile type person. I guess we,
As far as the architect?
the original owner.
Okay.
Like if we want to say anything about Babst,
Okay.
What is the period?
It was built in 1914.
so then,
It was the only building on that entire street, along with their barn, which is closer to Eggert, and the stone wall actually was theirs as well.
okay, could that be called out in the,
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it will be
Still there.
in the newer form.
Yep.
In the new application. form.
well, yeah, so it's,
Period of significance.
okay, yep. And then 3 embodies the distinguishing characteristics of a type, period, or method. I would say for sure.
Mhm.
And then I don't know about established and familiar visual feature because it's like kind of masked now by all the properties in front of it. I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I agree.
For which one are you saying?
So number 4, so it doesn't match. You gotta, I'm looking at the newer
Yeah.
application for Brompton. So number 4 is a
Oh.
familiar visual feature, and I'm not sure it is. Just because if it was in its original state and you could see it very clearly, maybe, or the vastness of it, like these pictures that are up on the screen now are from a distance. So it's obviously changed because it's masked by so many other properties now.
It's kind of not though, I have to be honest.
And then when you
Yeah.
drive back to the site,
If you're right on the street, it's
it's set
dead
back.
on.
Okay. So I would say for next meeting, redoing the
Updating it
application.
to our current application, yeah.
Yep. And then writing an architectural summary.
Yep.
Yep. And if we want, again, similarly to the other one, if we can tie Babs to more to do with the town of Amherst. I don't know. Again, it's like just the person that built it. I mean, that's important enough.
Mhm.
I honestly, Haley, I completely disagree with, it represents an established and familiar visual for the
'Cause it's
neighborhood.
pretty-
It's on a dead-end street. You have to be right on top of it before you see it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a strong case there. And I don't think there needs to be a strong case there.
Right.
The other
Yeah.
ones are pretty good.
Mhm.
Sorry, I don't mean to block you. Keep looking.
Do we know what brought him out here? I missed that.
Yeah, why he chose to build in this site. That'd be a great.
Well, I'm wondering if it's similar, like if he was a predecessor, right? Like what was bringing them out here? Because if this was, I thought I saw, 14 versus 1924 by the McGuires.
Mhm.
What was out here? Just farmland. So this was where they were building their summer homes or
Mhm.
second homes. So, because who they were, and it seems like we're gonna likely find everything about them is gonna be about like the city and all
Yep.
the clubs and the groups because they were about the city.
Mhm.
That's
But these were it's like Great Cliff.
yeah.
right? Yeah, basically is what we're talking about. And it just seems like, was this a precedent for others? And that became like, oh, so-and-so did it, Wires did it. Let's all head in that direction.
Yeah, I can,
Remember that the Country Club of Buffalo, I believe, was Country Club of Buffalo, moved right to Bailey. And then this is close to that. They
Yeah.
all moved after that.
yeah.
So when South Cayuga was developed, it was advertised as the Delaware Avenue of Williamsville. And, if the advertisements said, don't, keep traveling to the city,
Yeah.
work, live, and play here.
Yeah, I can definitely, I know Amherst Estates sold them the property, so I can do a little bit more research on the correlation between the two of those.
All right, I will work on writing the summary.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find the architect.
Please do.
More info is better.
From Brockton too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't it seem like, really?
Okay, so there's, I mean, a few things out there, but it seems like this one, well, they're both kind of equally as far along.
Mhm.
I think it's possible we could have a complete enough application by January. Looking at the one who has the most experience with them. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
just a resource. The university at Buffalo has the Louise Blanchard list of every building she did. We should check and cross-reference to see how many of those structures are in Amherst.
Oh, okay.
Just for
I'll send up-
FYI. Okay.
Yeah, please do.
All right, I don't think we need to take any action because it's under old business. Should we adjourn? Yeah, make a motion. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn the landmark designation for One Cloister Court.
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Waterman Culpa. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 5-0. All right. Item number 3 is the proposed calendar for 2026. It is on the last page of your packets. These are the proposed dates. These are all the ones that we thought about last time on the second to last page. And then this is what you're proposing.
Draft? Wait, I thought we, oh, I get it to the other. Cause I
That's
thought
everything we
we,
talked about.
Right.
yeah, I thought we had picked January 6th. Am I crazy on that?
It's just,
Did that?
like we discussed last month.
We have to pick it.
It just can't be official until town board makes it.
Okay. So let's pick, we have to pick a January, and I'd prefer. No, these are. Okay.
Shows time more.
All those dates kind of go by the second Tuesday of each month, and then any that the second Tuesday doesn't work, those dates are crossed out. And then I also, on there, it's showing the no August meeting if you guys are sticking with that. And then, like I said, it includes all the January options as well. If you didn't want to go with January 6th, those are all the available days if you want to either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday that month. Anything else is taken by other boards or committees right now.
Can I ask why the 14th was a conflict with ZBA of April?
Which date of May?
April 14th. Can I ask why ZBA had a conflict? Why they have the room instead of us? This is our normal meeting night?
I believe, yeah, they are also scheduled for the second Tuesday.
Since when?
Yeah. I
No,
could be wrong.
no, that's
Okay,
not,
you're wrong.
okay. This room is already taken on the second Tuesday of the month. If another committee has to change their date, they need to work around our dates on the calendar. So ZBA can move their meeting. It's not cool.
Cause otherwise then none of us.
Right, we only fight all the time, yeah.
Right. I can understand if the town board needs to, but the ZBA does not have.
I-
That's not their normal meeting. We met on the second Tuesday for years.
I don't know why they're.
Okay.
That is the 16th.
That doesn't.
Okay, so they can pick the week before. You know what I mean? They can pick the week before. So,
Or-
so this is a decision-making board in the town, and we shouldn't be getting bumped for another decision-making board unless it's a town board. There's a calendar, and so planning, zoning, and HPC all have their dates. And when someone needs to find a new date, they can't just bump another decision-making board unless it's a town board. Mm-hmm. I'll look right now.
Can you do the 7th?
Easter's the 5th.
please do. That would be
I
appreciated.
think it would help to know when does the ZBA normally meet, right? They weren't the second Tuesday, so when did they typically meet?
I mean, I just want this committee to be recognized as a decision-making board and it to be given equal status as planning board and ZBA.
Well, that's April. How about January?
I thought we picked January 6th last.
I'd be fine with that.
Well, I guess because there was no point in doing the 28th or the 29th because we're going to meet like
A week later.
later.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'm not a fan of why are we switching days of the week? That seems
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
fairly confusing. So
Yeah, I won't do Wednesday. So yeah.
So the 6th.
So the 6th. Yeah,
Month.
January.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
So the 13th again is zoning board to your dismay.
Oh, right.
Wait a minute.
That's
It's
why.
crossed out.
Yeah, that's why that's being changed.
So can we look at that date as well? I mean, we
I
should be
think what's
January.
happening, if planning board is meeting on the third Thursday of the month, the zoning board meets on the third Tuesday, but on these months, you'll notice the way the month starts, it doesn't start till the Thursday or Friday, which throws them off so that their third is after planning board, so they were upping it to accommodate the calendar.
Yeah, same with October.
Well, it's either we're moving all of them or to accommodate how it falls on the calendar or.
It just seems like, why are two meetings getting switched instead of one? To me, you just put ZBA the week before.
Or the day
Well,
before.
they are, and that's conflicting with us. That's good. Putting them the week before is the second Tuesday, which is what's happening in January and March.
It just
and
happens on those
April
days.
And October.
It looks like it's the second Tuesday. The 10th is the second Tuesday in March, and then ZBA is on the 17th, the week after in March.
Right, so ours is the 10th.
So I don't know why we would have had March 17th anyway.
Yeah, I think most of the dates are on the second Tuesday. If they're not on the second Tuesday, it's because there's a conflict with another meeting.
Well,
I've said my piece. I do not think that our board meeting should be moved to accommodate another board unless it's the town board. We're a decision-making board.
we want to, yeah, weigh in.
Like permanently? What are you asking for?
The second becomes second Thursday. I have Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the past, we've only maybe moved like one meeting a year. In the past 3 times we've helped accommodate.
So it seems like we're looking at 3 months, January, April, and October. Does that seem right to everybody else?
Yeah, now in October, it's the 13th is the town board. So it's ZBA is a conflict in April, town board's a conflict in October, and then ZBA is a conflict in January.
October 6th is where.
I think, yeah, it's it's a holiday or something, and Veterans Day, I think, something like that. Yep,
Columbus Day is on the 12th.
Columbus Day. Okay,
The
sorry.
next week.
Well, that's why it's bumping us to the 6th.
Right, the 6th is the first because they can't meet. Not sure. So, right, I think, right, usually October's the day, the one that we have to move every year. The other ones, there's no other holidays. The 20th, yes. But it's not exactly fair to ask our board to move for no reason. I mean, okay, but there's already something on the calendar on this day, right? January 13th, there's already something on the calendar for another board to work around.
I guess, are we saying, because we're just putting this forward, right? Because they're not going to vote on it. I think even Angela said that until they reconvene or they next meet in January.
Make your recommendation, desire to go in the top board, and then they'll.
Yeah.
You have a set of dates that you want to advance to the top board. Then no conflicts.
So generally, all the years I've been on the board, right, we're second Tuesday of the month, unless like in October, it falls on a holiday and we can't do it, which is fair. But the other ones, I agree with Kate. The room is assigned to us.
Yep, and I think it's only going to become a question of the 2 months, January and April. So let's put it in for what we expect the second Tuesday, and
Yeah. And then they can,
those might be or should be the only ones that come back and surprise us if it does.
So
Yeah.
January 13th, February 10th,
yep,
March 10th,
yep,
April 14th, May 12th,
yep,
June 9th, July 14th, no August meeting, September 8th, October 13th. Well, that one's going to be the different one.
Yeah, that's
October 6th,
yep.
November 10th, and December 8th.
Yeah.
So we should just pencil.
Yep. Yep.
Then we'll have to wait for the town board to ratify the calendar.
Okay, that's our recommendation. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Ms. Waterman Culpa. Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. All right.
We knew about 9 minutes right in the write-up. Yeah.
All right, item number 4, training and website is I have the tablecloth cover whatever in process. I still need to get you that quote. Do I have till like tomorrow?
Wait, what?
No. Tablecloth. Yeah. The quote for it. The banner, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Banner.
I was like,
It's turning into a table. Sorry. Yes.
Yes, we did. I,
No, I have an earmark, but I can get you
yeah, so just as soon as
Yep.
we have that.
ASAP.
it's under
Yep.
training and website.
Yes, it's under training and website.
Ban.
It was our like expenditures. Maybe we should make a new agenda item for expenditures. That's for encumbrance. So I'll get you the quote to encumber it. Yeah, yeah.
We need the invoice.
Okay. Whatever they get me. I don't know how long it's going to take them to make it. A week?
Yeah, yeah, we just need the receipt and then
Okay.
we can submit that. And then if you get it next month, that's fine. We just need to have the receipt and everything submitted, so that it can be encumbered and everything.
It is in process.
You got my receipts for roundtable?
Yes.
Okay.
Chat with mail.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Very good. Was there an update on NAPC membership? Like, did it get approved or did the membership go through for the next year?
Yeah, that's been put through.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic.
Oh, so it's already done.
Beautiful. Training hours are due to you by when?
21st?
I
Oh.
just need to put it in our.
Okay. Okay.
Essentially, I overall. I just essentially list. I don't put the tech.
Okay.
So if you don't have the certificates, don't worry. I just need to know what course you took.
Okay.
And it's just 4 hours, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I
If
just
you
gave you.
have hours
only
from
4.
last year, they are.
No, I can give you more
They
then.
can carry over, I should say.
They give you
Or
more.
is it like technically October to October?
No,
That's
fiscal year.
That's SHPO.
That's SHPO.
Oh,
Yeah,
SHPO calendar. It's our own, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is in accordance with your own.
Our own rules. Yep.
okay.
Yep.
How many can we carry over? I'll never do
None,
training again.
Katie, no. You need them for so many other things.
I know, right?
If you got the certificate.
I do.
Two hours.
It's just kind of part of their regular audit. They just asked me to give them the list, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So they didn't ask for the certificates. They didn't really dig that far deep even in their audit. So as long as I can provide them a list that you guys accomplished your own training,
Yeah.
you're all set. So they're not.
Just clarifying that you have a point.
I put it in your report.
Yep.
Just 3.
Oh, yeah. So how do we know what we carried over from last year?
Well, you kind of
You'd have to
need,
ask me, and I'd have to look at it.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So, yeah.
well, basically,
So
you just
I'd have
do
to look
3
at
a year.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I'll let you know if there's a discrepancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.5, 1.5.
It's fine.
So it's 3 a year. but-
That's We have a hair.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Extra's better.
Yeah, I know.
Makes you even
Mine.
more educated.
That's right. Okay. Anything else on training? Website? All right, we'll move to miscellaneous. Do you want to recap the roundtable real quick? Is there a recap? We had like
I think
maybe
we had like
15?
yeah, a little less than 15 people show.
Yep.
Some people, a couple people signed up and weren't able to attend at the last minute. But I think there was a lot of really great discussion. We engaged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different HPCs. And so, and some that we'd never, let me think.
Yeah, there were 1 or 2 new at
Orchard
least.
Park, was that a
No.
East Aurora.
East
Yep.
Aurora, rather, East Aurora.
Thanks.
East Aurora, we just had a new person from
something
East
about
Aurora along
Are you
with
sure?
the HBC chair who's always been at our events.
Oh,
So we engaged some new people that
Okay.
we've
Yep.
never
Okay.
had at our
You're
meetings before. Yeah, it was just a lot of really great discussion. And I think everybody had good takeaways. And I think that, you know, engaging so many HPCs, it's because we've had really great discussion and the word's kind of spreading. So. they
Yeah,
wanna
that's
come.
great. Yeah.
Yep, and at least they want at least one person from their HPC there or two, just so that, you know, they can be participants. So I think that's great.
Do we want to talk about 6 months from now?
I was
Another
gonna say, so the next one
another
in the
round table.
spring. When did we
May.
we didn't do it till May?
Yeah, November, May.
Okay. Yeah, so our meeting's supposed to be on the 12th. And we'll need to look to see when this room is available.
We won't kick any other board out.
No, of course not. Of course not. And I think Thursday nights, was that when we did the
Yeah,
last one?
Thursdays. work.
Thursday nights, everybody said that was a good time for them.
Yep.
Um, Is available. No, not for me.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I could do the 28th. Yes. So if we could,
No Mary
no
Lou.
Mary Lou, okay.
It's okay, though.
That's all right.
You're never gonna get a night that all of us.
That's true.
Right.
We like to.
True. Or unless we go into April and.
There is an extra week in April. There is an
Okay.
extra week in April. We could try April 30th, the very last day of April on a Thursday night, if that's available for the room.
Okay.
Yes.
As of right now, I don't think there's a meeting, like in the tentative schedule, there's not a meeting that night. So I can put in a request as soon as they solidify the meeting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I think we would do, I think it was a 6:30 start. I think that,
Yeah.
that worked well.
6:30.
Yeah, 6:30 was great. Gives people time because they think they're going to stay till 7:30, but they really stay till like 8 or 8:30.
8:30, yeah.
Yeah, so it's good for discussion.
That's when, they had to drive back to Woodford. so
Yeah.
They kind of.
Yeah.
That's up in another. 10 to
Right.
15 days.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll continue on to miscellaneous. I would like to thank Norm Hershey for his service to the board. This was supposed to be his last meeting, so it's being recorded, and unfortunately, he could not attend tonight. So appreciate everything, Norm, all of his time he put into the board.
Second.
Cheers, Norm. Thank you. So therefore, it looks like we're going to have an opening in January. Kate, I know you put together last time we were looking for somebody, a scope. Is there a way you could do that again?
And we put it in the AIA.
It was in
newsletter.
AIA, so
So it's
there's,
just tweaks.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
yes.
Yes,
Society?
yes,
Society of Engineers.
yeah, Norm's member.
Yep, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's probably more than all out to some, or interact with any of them.
Cool, sure. I could do that.
yeah, we've put it in the AIA a couple of times.
Does CSI hit engineers?
They could, yeah, for sure. I think so. Here's the classified. I'll just send it to you.
Yes, please. Okay. Does anyone else have any other miscellaneous item they'd like to address? Nope, hearing none. I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Ms. Waterman. Call for all in favor.